Catch up with the Discovery's Delight experience buff in the Season of Discovery? Yeah, probably not. My name's Coyote, and let's get into why this is a band-aid solution to a bigger problem.
Stupid Coyote.
For some, the Season of Discovery has been game-changing. It's been more geared towards a casual player. Even some of the Sweatlords have had a lot of fun here. But the problem is as we've gone into these phases, it's gotten harder and harder to do things. Now, Blizzard has tried to patch things over with experience buffs, helping you catch up, but in Phase 3, they added more things that you kind of have to grind to, and that's becoming part of the problem. Casuals and Sweatlords alike are coming together to say, hey, look, we are grinding way too much in a game that's not going to last that long. Let's be honest with ourselves. Season of Discovery, it's got a time limit, and we're just counting down to who knows when. Now, yes, there are many ways to play the game outside of grinding reps, but there's definitely an edge up that makes the content easier if you have some of the items that these different vendors bring. But not only do you have to get rep, you have to get tokens and this and that, and there's so much going on with it. And we kind of need to take a step back and go, okay, this is maybe good for one character, but maybe I want to play a different character. Maybe my character can't heal or can't tank, and I want to do that as well in another day. And now I got to do all of that with them too. Getting to characters to 50 isn't the problem. You can Google out right now guides to 50. Heck, I'm doing a whole series of just using incursions to level 50. And it's really not been bad. I play a couple hours, get a couple levels, and I call it. So getting to 50 is not the problem. I think the real problem lies in once I'm at 50, I have to grind 1,000 more things on another character. So why not change this buff to something else? I'm not just bringing you a bunch of problems. I'd like to bring a couple solutions as well. First, let's start off with rep. Why not implement a 100% bonus for all characters under your highest character's rep earn? For instance, if my druid is revered with the Emerald Wardens, all characters earn double rep until they get to revered. That way, they're getting caught up a little bit easier. There's a decent amount of gear that you can get there to help you get into the raid, and having to get to revered to get all of it is kind of a hassle, even at max level. We could also see them implement tokens, something that's bind on account that you can buy and send to alt so they can get these rep grinds done a little bit easier. Now this would also help eliminate some of the gold that's been inflated into the servers from the day one incursions. Next, let's talk these tokens. You've got wild offerings, emerald chips. A lot of these things could just be bind on account. So that way I can just kind of work passively on a main and send them over to another character. It would also be a great way to help level some of these other characters if you were giving these things away in dungeons that people at lower levels could do, or just make a few more daily quests that offer these things as well. Not everybody's got time to get into giant Maradon spams or other stuff, so offering more ways to get these different currencies could help out all the player base. But I think the biggest step would just be making them bind on account. I said this when I made my Phase 3 wish list. I'd like to see a vendor, somebody who sells Phase 1 runes. We should be able to buy the runes from 2 phases ago. You're going to spend a good chunk of time running around all the different places, especially for some of the classes that have these longer chain quests for runes, i.e. our paladins and warlocks. Not to mention you also have Grisbys. Think about having to do that grind again, because not everything's guaranteed there. So you could spend a couple hours just trying to farm dark iron dwarves. And if everybody's out there, now you're fighting with them for that currency as well. It'd be nice just to see them implement somebody I could go to and buy these runes. And the EXP buff only gets you to 50. Once you get to 50, let's say you get there, you get all the grinds out, now you're starting in the raid, well, now you're several weeks behind and trying to get some gear. Now, if you've got a good guild group, they may help funnel you some gear in an alt raid or anything like that, but with a 1-week lockout, you're still at a major disadvantage. This is where we could see a dinar system being implemented. The dinar system was a great little system introduced at the end of Shadowlands, where if you raided so much, you would eventually get a token to buy an item in the raid that maybe you were just getting unlucky about. This would encourage players to raid more often, so that way they could just build up the currency for that certain item that they want, that maybe has eluded them. Right now, I have been on the longest charge to get the Idol of Wrath from Nomergan, and I've been running that since Phase 2. You could absolutely introduce this dinar system for all 3 raids to kind of help players get out. Some of them who just, like I said, are unlucky. This is a greater catch-up system than trying to implement just an EXP buff. Because like I said, It's not getting to 50 that's the hard part. It's kind of everything at 50. Look, I enjoy a good grind. I think every MMO should. You should be working to get better things, but this has gotten way out of hand, especially on a game that has such a short shelf life. Last time we saw EXP buffs added to the Season of Discovery, it meant that the end of the phase was coming. All right, some people only have a single toon at 50, and they haven't had a whole lot of time to work on another, let alone get the ruins, get the rep, get all these other things that you kind of want to have to get into the Sunken Temple. The Sunken Temple is definitely a step up when it comes to raiding, but I'll put more about that in a video later. Do you think these would work? I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below if you have any suggestions. I love hearing what other players think. And you can always leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. As always, my name's Coyote. Happy adventures.
Stupid coyote.